So when her text to you started looking like windows that you'll open and close every time you wanted, without keeping in mind if there was aeration, ventilation or not. I wrote her pieces, prose, paragraphs and verses of poetry. At least I gave her hope and something to smile about. When her heart had failed, it was under drape, it was bedded in a hospital of distress. It was under intensive critical care unit. My name is Patrick Lavince Ondego Wandare. My friends and peers call me PLO. Poets call me the gifted pen. So I'm a poet, I'm an author, and I'm a writer. I'm an author because I've authored 2 poetry anthologies. The first one is called Last of My Ink. It's a collection of 101 poems that seek to refine and define the paths on which human beings tread. And it's the mirror through which hearts that have been broken find pain as solace and healing. And it is also the aperture through which gender-based violence is seen and shunned, and stories of love engraved in the marrows of our hearts are also discussed here. So persons living with disabilities, their pieces are here, and any relevant thematic area rather in the society. My writing journey began in Form 2 at Utumishi Boys Academy in Gilgil. And I had a 6-square counter book on which I wrote some of my quote-unquote immature poems, but then gave them to my friends to read, and their feedback was unpleasant to my ears. But in Form 3, I got to advance my writing skills and still gave them to my friends, and the feedback was positive. So my work got to spread like that, and the candle was lit, and it has never been blown off to date. I'm not a consistent reader, I have to admit that, but when I read, I could read 2 books in a week because I can't choose to afford putting one down and not reading at all. So the book that I read that really was kind of significant to my life, was kind of touching, was a book authored by Maya Angelou, may she rest in peace. It's titled A Letter to My Daughter, and she incorporates poems in that novel, and it brings out this picture of creativity, this picture of satisfaction in a writer. And that's exactly what writers should be like, to be satisfied by what they write. Greatest moment in my writing journey, that has to be quite easy, being a published author. Yeah, by Writers Guild Kenya in December 2017. That was quite life-changing, and this book opened doors for me, poetry opened doors for me, and being a published author has been one of my greatest life achievements. So yeah, you should get a copy. My advice to spoken word poets who like to be published authors or published poets: you have to distinguish, spoken word poetry from written word poetry. They have different styles of writing. So know your audience, engage your audience, study how they will receive your work. So you have to put yourself in your audience's shoes and know how best are you going to deliver your message. So it's not an easy journey, but it's worth the ride. Do I think writing pays? For me, it's passion. If there was no money, I would still pursue what I'm doing right now, because I have found peace, a peace that can't be compared to any other thing, just by writing. So First of all, money should be secondary. Let passion be your drive. Let it be your primary and sole motivation. So once you have the passion, you will be able to produce the best, and from the best, then money will be able to attract the best. Yes. Support authors, support writers, support poets, buy their works, be there in their events, and just try to motivate them in the best way you know possible, because unless we build our own writers, then the international scene wouldn't be able to accept them and build them as well. So for the writers, you have to put in your A game in your writing for you to be supported and for you to be recognized, because it is only that crisp work, it is only that a good work or best work that can be able to get the support and recognition it so deserves.